Hello, in this video we're going to go ahead and continue with functions. I'm just going to do a quick overview of what we talked about in the last video, and then we'll continue from there. So functions are one of the most important things you can know for any kind of programming, including PHP. So I'm going to kind of take it real slow through the next few videos, and we're going to be dealing exclusively with functions. And hopefully by the time we finish watching these videos, we'll all have a better understanding of functions and how to use them, how they work. So in our last example, let's go ahead and call our function again. Actually, we'll echo a line break first, so this is on a new line. So we're just echoing out some HTML, and then we'll call the function again. But this time we'll give it different parameters, and this time let's go ahead and just give them let's just type them in here instead of putting variables, which is totally fine to do. So we'll give it the number 25 and Bob. Okay, so now we're calling the function again, but with different parameters. Okay, so here you go. This function was called the numbers 15, and this again, here's the function. It does the same thing, but this time with different parameters. So I'm hoping that kind of illustrates how useful functions are. You only have to make the function one time, but you can give it whatever parameters you like, as long as they're the same type, which we'll be getting into later. But it wouldn't really, in our example, it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to go, my function is Neil and Bob. I mean, in this example we could do that, but it's not really going to make sense. The number is Neil. I mean, that that doesn't make sense. So so you want to keep the types, kind of have an idea of what the types are, and in this case it was a number and a string, so we gave it a number and a string. Let's just go ahead and make a different function here. Let's erase this and erase that. Okay, so this time let's do function add two numbers, and we're going to give it two arguments here, num1 and num2, and this function is going to take is actually going to echo num1, and we're going to add num2 to it, and we're just using the plus sign. One thing I didn't mention in the last videos, addition is plus, subtraction is minus, multiplication is the asterisk, which is shift 8, and division is your slash key. It's just the / on the same key as your question mark. So this is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So we're just echoing out two numbers. So let's go ahead and echo. Actually, we don't need to echo. Sorry about that. We're going to add two numbers. Let's give it the number 4 and 200, and we'll reload that, and there you go. Oh, that's out of your screen. 204. So what that did is, as we're reading through this, as PHP is reading through our file, it said, okay, PHP add two numbers. As soon as it sees our function name, it's going to jump out of its. It's going to jump from line 5 here all the way down to line 10, and it's going to say, okay, what's this mean? It means, okay, it means take two parameters, which it has, and echo it out, num1 plus num2, and then it returns this echo back to wherever it called from. So this would be the exact same as saying echo 4. What was it? 400 or 4 plus 200. It's the exact same thing. It just returns whatever it does back to where it calls it from. And that'll make more sense later on. I don't know if that was the best example for that, but this echo does not occur on line 11. It actually occurs on line 5 here once we call it. So there's our add, and we can add another two numbers, 300 and 200, and it's going to do the exact same thing. It'll give us the number 500, which is right there, and we can use that function over and over and over. It'll always do the same thing. Add two numbers, 5,000, to whatever, and I don't think I put a space in here, but there you go, 7201 and 500. And so that's gonna, I think that's gonna do it for this video. Just a quick recap of what we learned so far with functions. And In the next video, we'll go ahead and continue with functions, and hopefully in the next video or two, we'll have a really good understanding of them and be able to really start out with some cool things pretty quickly once we grasp this concept. Okay, thanks for watching.